Over the last 10 years, they've had to make do with cutting over $30 million from the budget while trying to meet needs. Currently, from the last count that I received from them, they also had several hundred students that were also homeless. Some of the ways that they've been trying to address the efforts on trying to make sure that we have good education and close the disparity gap that we have is 10 years ago, they started all-day kindergarten before we were funding it as a state. While they were making cuts, they were finding ways to try to make sacrifices because they found the importance of the program. The other things that they were doing is partnering within the community with different organizations because they found that there are other things that have impacts on how successful our children are. In the neighborhood that my parents are in, they partnered with the YMCA, where they would go into the apartment units where there were low-income people who had to work multiple jobs and were not able to see their children off in the morning. They found by partnering with the YMCA that they had a much higher success rate of children being able to get to school on time, walking them home to make sure that they were getting their homework done. When they got to school on time, they were able to make sure that they were getting something in their bellies, they were getting their breakfast. These are the kind of things that the working poor, the hard-working families in our neighborhood who are working the minimum wage jobs or the part-time jobs that don't provide benefits aren't always able to be there for their parents. The other thing that they've done, that they've started over the last couple of years, is they're now funding four-year-old programs at 3 of the elementary schools. And the reason they've done that is the data that they've gathered shows that the achievement gap of students who've had preschool education and the large number who haven't is a huge chasm, and that it can't be closed without earlier intervention. And this is one of the key components that our governor is highlighting on, is that we need to move earlier. Now, there's been some discussions, and I've heard some of it from my local constituents as well. This is just wasting money on people who are lazy. They're not spending time with their kids. It's free all-day child care for them. That can't be farther from the truth. Knowing some of the families who have worked hard, who have lost their homes because of the jobs that they lost over time, it's because the families look like the rest of us. They've worked hard. They've just had some bad breaks in life, and they need help to make sure that their children are going to be successful. If we really want to be able to be serious on closing the investment gap, closing the achievement gap, we have to start focusing earlier on in the education process to make sure that we're able to have a better chance of closing these huge